If you always run out of things to say, you are intimately familiar with the most terrifying sound in the human experience, the silence that follows. So, what do? It's the conversation cliff. You started strong, but 30 seconds in, your mind goes blank. You scramble for a topic, weather, work, traffic, but your brain is empty. You see their eyes dart away, looking for an exit. You feel that heat rising in your neck, the panic of being boring, the crushing weight of having to perform. You think the problem is that you aren't interesting enough. You think you need to read more news, memorize more jokes, or have a cooler life. But that is a lie. The reason you run out of things to say isn't a lack of content, it's a flaw in your framework. You are playing a game called interview when you should be playing a game called connection. Today, we are going to fix your filter so you never have to fear the silence again. Let's analyze the anatomy of a dying conversation. It usually starts with what psychologists call the safe zone. You ask, "How was your day?" They say, "Good." You ask, "What do you do for work?" They say, "Accountant." And then you hit the wall. Why does this happen? It happens because you are trapped in interview mode. When you're anxious, your brain craves certainty. Questions feel safe because they put the burden on the other person to talk. You think you're being polite, but psychologically, you are being a vampire. You're sucking energy out of the room by demanding information. Where are you from? Demand. Do you like it there? Demand. How long have you lived here? Demand. This isn't a conversation. It's an interrogation, and nobody likes being interrogated. The more questions you ask, the more the other person withdraws. Their answers get shorter. Your panic gets louder. You're treating the conversation like a transaction, trying to exchange data. But humans don't bond over data. We bond over resonance. You feel like you're running out of things to say because you are trying to find the right thing to say instead of creating the right thing to say. You're digging in an empty well. We need to stop digging and start building. Here is the shift. To master small talk, you must stop asking for information and start offering observations. An interview feels like work. An observation feels like a connection. When you ask a question, you're taking value. When you make an observation, you're giving value. You're giving them a perspective, a joke, or a shared reality. Think about it. If I say, "Where'd you get those shoes?" you give me a one-word answer. Nike. Conversation over. But if I say, "Those shoes look like they could survive a zombie apocalypse," I haven't asked you for anything. I've given you a playful image. Now you can laugh, you can agree, you can tell me about your survival plan. This is the secret. You never run out of things to say when you stop looking in your head and start looking at the world. The world is full of hooks. The environment, the vibe, the people, the objects. You don't need to be a genius. You just need to be a camera with a personality. So, how do we turn this philosophy into a weapon against awkward silence? We're going to use a 3-step formula to turn your brain from a question asker into an observation machine. Step 1. The specifics filter. Generic observations kill vibes. Nice weather is generic. Nice shirt is generic. To make an observation sticky, meaning it sticks in their brain and forces a response, you need specificity. Don't say, "Nice shoes." Say, "Those shoes look like they were designed for a tactical mission." Don't say, "This party is crowded." Say, "This room has the oxygen levels of a submarine right now." Specificity creates a picture. Pictures create emotions. Emotions create conversation. Step 2. The slight exaggeration rule. If you just state facts, you're a reporter. We want to be a conversationalist. Add a 10% tax of exaggeration or humor to what you see. If someone looks tired, don't say, "You look tired." That's rude and boring. Say, "You have the expression of someone who just discovered their coffee was decaf." If someone has a beat-up laptop, don't say, "Your laptop is old." Say, "That laptop looks like it's seen some serious adventures. Did you take it up Everest?" You are inviting them into a story, not just a fact. Step 3. The magic phrase, "I bet that." This is the ultimate tool. If your mind goes completely blank, use the phrase, "I bet that." This turns your observation into a cold read. You're guessing something about them. This is psychologically irresistible. Humans love to be read. They love to correct you or confirm you. Instead of asking, "What do you do?" look at them and say, "You look stress-free. I bet that you work in something creative, like design." If you're right, they're amazed. "How did you know?" If you're wrong, they'll laugh and correct you. "No way, I'm actually an accountant. Why did you think that?" Boom, you are in a deep conversation about perception, stereotypes, and career vibes, all because you made a bet instead of asking a question. The fear of running out of things to say is really just the fear of not being enough. You think you need to perform to earn your place in the conversation. But listen to me, the most charismatic people aren't the ones who talk the most. They're the ones who make the other person feel the most seen. When you stop interrogating and start observing, you stop being a consumer of the moment and start being a creator of the moment. You are taking the mundane details of life, a pair of shoes, a tired face, a crowded room, and turning them into a bridge between two souls. So, the next time the silence comes, don't panic. Look around, find the detail, make the bet. Your voice is not a nuisance. It is the key that unlocks the person standing in front of you. Use it. If you are ready to master your social life, subscribe to the channel. We're just getting started.